in 2007 and again in 2009. And then we've been hobbling along on our own.
Doing a great job.
Well, he's back this year, as you can see. Proclamation. Whereas Eric Johnson was spotted by Elaine Benson when he was doing landscaping at her gallery in Bridgehampton, New York. And whereas said gallery owner responded to Eric's enthusiasm for her gallery's exhibitions and became his mentor. And whereas his discerning skills improved so much that in 1993 he opened his first independent curatorial exhibition featuring large outdoor sculpture by 10 artists on the grounds of Historic Ladies Village Improvement Society in East Hampton. And whereas between 1993 and 2001, Eric's company Artscapes curated other shows and sculpture parks around the Hamptons as he built his private following and expanded his roster of clients. And whereas when Eric and his family moved to the Granite State, where Eric, along with his wife, Bridget Leroy, was co-owner of the New London Inn from 2004 to 2010. He also curated 3 shows at the Fells: Gateway to Sculpture in 2005, Go Figure, and Animal Attractions in 2007 and 2009, respectively. And whereas sculpture has made its presence felt in the community of Newbury and beyond every year since, it seems appropriate to honor Eric Johnson at the 12th exhibition of sculpture and to proclaim him as Father of Sculpture at the Fells at an afternoon of sculpture and jazz on June 24th, 2018. I have signed it, co-chair Diana has signed it, and our wonderful sponsors, Bev and Dan Wolf, has signed it. Thank you, Eric.
I am truly honored. No, it's great, and when I started working here as a gardener, when we moved to this area, and because I needed to know what would grow here and how, and the plants, and because coming from flatland, down in Zone 5, I had to know what worked here in Zone 4. So it was. It was an education. This place was so magical, and just it adopted me somehow. The place, the energy here, and when Bridget and I bought the inn, I had to give notice because that's a big job, and I still, and I guess somebody, maybe Diana, had read my resume and said, "Oh, we're going to have a sculpture exhibit. Do you know anything about that? Can you help us with that?" I was like, "Oh, yeah." And we put it together. And there was a show we just come back from Paris, and there was a show at the Pompidou Center. And I walked around and I was like, wait, I know all these guys. I grew up in East Hampton, New York, with artists like Jimmy Ernst and Max Ernst. I mean, I worked on that whole, their estate, and people like Armand, who, exhibited. And these are people that I brought here. George Siegel, we had his work on the first, and it was just amazing to see those pieces that were in the Pompidou Center in Paris. Not those exact same ones, but those artists showing here at the Fells, and along with a lot of artists that I found up here in New England, and a lot of artists who showed with me in Long Island as well. And it just made this, again, they were adopted as magically as I was to this property. And it just all worked. And it worked so well that year. We did it again and again, and it's continuing. And I am very proud of Janet and everybody else who's kept my legacy going here. So thank you. And it's 25 years to this day that I did my first show. tomorrow, 25 years tomorrow. So it's 25 years to the day that my wife and I first had a meaningful encounter, and I mean, and our lives had crossed paths many times we didn't even know. And there were a couple times we did know about and didn't really care about. But it's come full circle somehow for me. I mean, in the last 25, 50 years, it's just, so I'm really happy to be back here. And I'm so happy that everybody came and happy that it's gorgeous weather. So let's enjoy and look at some artwork. Thanks.